Happy day 18. That's right. I haven't been on with a video in a couple of days. So I decided, sweaty mess and all, I'm going to hop in here and talk to you guys. I just finished teaching, so I'm a little still out of breath. Sorry about that. But this is something that, it's kind of hit me a little bit the last few days, looking at some of the comments, or some of the posts and stuff that have happened, and then also some things that I've seen social media wise recently, and I just felt that it was time. It was a good time to talk about this. And again, you've heard some of it, little bits and pieces from the other coaches as well. And I think Chuck did an amazing post, if you didn't see that the other day. And it's all about kind of that healthy relationship with food, which I think a lot of us did not grow up with, which is a problem. And again, like I mentioned the other day, it's the break the cycle, trying to break that unhealthy cycle for my children so that they don't have those struggles when they get older, and hopefully their children don't have it, and so on and so forth. But what I wanted to ask you, and what I would love for you to do, is to comment below this video with your why. Why are you here in this group? What is it that brought you to us? And if it's just simply, I want to lose weight, I think you need to dig deeper. Because if it's just about losing weight, you're missing the bigger picture here. And I don't say that to be mean, because we all, most everybody needs to lose or wants to lose a little weight, whether you need to or not. You want to lose a little weight. We all need to be a little bit healthier. We all need to do something a little bit better than we do. So we're always a work in progress. Nobody is perfect. Nobody does it right all the time. Nobody ever, or nobody doesn't make, I don't know how to say that. People always make mistakes. That's a better way to say it. So it's not a judgy thing as to your why. But when you look at why are you in this group, why are you on this Change Your Life community, why are you doing anything differently than you've always done? That's when you really you get deeper, and it starts to connect, and it starts to make more sense. Again, it's, we've talked several times about it's not a diet. You have to get out of the diet culture. Diet culture is a roller coaster of ups and downs because it's not a lifestyle. It's not something you can sustain forever. Why are you trying to lose weight? What is the bigger picture besides just the physical appearance? And that's where it'll really click for you. And that's when you'll really start to make those changes in your life that you need to make. As I've mentioned before, for me, there's two main things. One, I want my children to grow up without the food issues that I have, without the unhealthy relationship with food, without the need or the desire to use food for comfort or to celebrate or any of that things. I don't want food to run their life like I have felt it run mine most of my life. And even now, because of the food issues that I have and the sensitivities and the digestive issues, food is always at the forefront of my mind. What am I going to eat? Is it going to bother me? We're going out somewhere. Is there going to be food for me to eat? We're going to a family function. Are they going to fix anything that I can eat? Do I have to fix my own food? I mean, all I think about a lot of times is food. And it gets very frustrating. It puts a lot of stress on me. And that added stress creates more of the food issues. So I don't want you to live your life that way. I don't want to live my life that way. And I certainly don't want my kids to live their life that way. So one big part of my why is them. I want them to have it better than I have it. And I'm not talking financially and all the other stuff. I want them health-wise to have it better than I have it. And two, it's kind of around them too. I want to live a long time. I did not have children young. I want to still feel young. I want to still be running around the park with my grandchildren, and hopefully one of the three of them gives me some grandchildren. I want to see my children get married, have children if they're going to have children, go off to college if they're going to college, start their own business, whatever it is they want to do. I want to be there to see all of that happen. And when I do have grandchildren, I want to be there and be a big part of their life. Both of my grandfathers died one before I was born, one shortly after. I know nothing about them. I don't remember them at all, obviously. My grandmothers, we didn't live near them. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with them. I saw them, once a year, most of the time growing up. They both passed away with dementia and Alzheimer's. And again, I mean, all of that's kind of ingrained in the way I was brought up and the way that we ate. And I don't want that life for my children. I don't want to forget my children when I get older. That's kind of where I'm going. So I want to live a long, healthy life so that I can be a part of their life for as long as possible. I want to live into my hundreds, and I know it's possible to live into your hundreds if you live your life the right way. So when I think about, excuse me, I could just have that pizza, or I could just go get that donut. And yeah, it's going to cause me some stomach problems, but eventually the stomach problems will go away. And a little bit of sugar, then I'm just going to eat this, I'm just going to do that, I'm just going to let them do that. All of that stuff leads to me not living into my hundreds and being healthy and vibrant when I have grandchildren. It leads to my children not growing up in an environment where they can build a healthy relationship with food, and I don't want that for them or for me. So that is kind of my big overarching why. Yes, I have some weight I would like to lose. I have some toning up I would like to do. And I have my own gut issues that I'm working through, and I have to fix that first before I can worry about, am I going to lose any weight in the process? So it is a process, and it's an ongoing process, because you don't get to your goal weight and suddenly I'm here, I've won, now it's a free-for-all, I can do what I want. It's always a process. It's always working towards being the healthiest you can be. So there is no end road. There's no end game. There's no stopping point until you die. That's when the game ends. Otherwise, you are playing that game the whole time, every day of your life. And I don't say that in a, bring you down kind of thing. I want you to think about the joy and the successes and the celebrations that you can have by playing that game well all the way to the end. Because you can either have a little bit of hardship now, struggling through getting yourself to that place where it's easy to eat healthy and live that healthy life, or you can do whatever you want and sort of enjoy having all of the stuff, and then you're going to suffer the consequences later, and your game's going to end a lot sooner than it should. And I don't want that for you. So I want you to think here and now, why are you here? What is the mindset? I mean, a lot of this, it is mindset. All of it is really mindset. It's, the psychology of how you were grown up. Were you forced as a child to clean your plate even if you were full? Did you have to clean your plate? Because that gets ingrained in your brain, and you keep doing that, and then you pass that on to your children. Were you forced to eat foods you didn't like, and it's created this, negative connotation with trying something new or something like that? Are you just terrified to try something new? All of these things happen. This stuff that happens as we're children, as we're growing up and processing, and it gets stuck, in our psyche, and you may not realize it. And working through this journey is what's going to help you start to discover that. We've talked, not in this so much, but we talked about journaling a lot. Journaling is really good. It's a good way to just kind of a free flow journal. Just let stuff start coming as you write. And it might not be a cohesive anything, but you'll find things start coming out as you just kind of freestyle writing and letting the mind release. And you start uncovering some things that maybe happen that you don't realize, or things that, like I said, things like where you're forced to finish your plate, to clean your plate. Every single time, no matter what, you had to clean your plate. If that was how you grew up, you might still be doing that, and you're overeating and not realizing it, because in your mind, you have to clean your plate. Okay, so I want you to think about that. I want you to figure out why you're here. What are the long-term goals for you? And another part of this, I mentioned to you some things I've seen. I saw, I didn't read the whole article, but I saw there was an article showed up on Facebook of, it was the Biggest Loser couple. So I don't know if they were a couple before, if they met on the show and became a couple at the end of it. I'm not really sure how that all worked out, but they were the Biggest Loser couple. And they just got gastric bypass surgery because they gained all the weight back. And there's been lots of articles about Biggest Loser. I mean, we watch this show, we see this, 400-pound person get on this show, and they've, lost half their body weight by the end of it. And it's this amazing transformation. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe, they were able to do that. Well, they're on a severely restricted diet. They are working out multiple times a day, a very controlled environment, and every single one of them gains the weight back by afterwards. They always gain it back, and I think I saw one time that it's not just that they gain it back, but they gain more back because they go back to life the way it was before they went on the show. So that's like an extreme version of why diet culture doesn't work and why diets don't work. Because when you get into that cycle of you do something very restrictive for a short period of time and you lose all this weight and then you go back to the way you were before, you gain it all right back. And often you gain more back because your body is shifting through that cycle. You're becoming more and more insulin resistant every time you do this. And that's really what's causing all of our problems. I mean, all of the diseases and everything we're dealing with, obesity and all that, is coming from insulin resistance. So I know I'm kind of going off topic here. So I want you to come back to that. It's not a diet. It's not just about I need to lose 10 pounds and then it's over. Lose the 10 pounds and then what's next? What's next for you? Can you be a little bit healthier? Are you going to be more active? Are you going to eat more vegetables? Are you going to start growing your own vegetables to eat? Are you going to find a co-op farm that you can work with and support a local farm? What are you going to keep doing to make your life continue down this healthy path for as long as you possibly can make it? So that is my spiel for today. Obviously you can tell I feel a little passionate about it because I have been through all of that. I have been through all the diet culture. I have done the ups and downs, and I am done with it. And knowing what my long-term goals are, what my long-term desires are, helps to put me in my place when that donut is sitting in front of me and I just really want to have it, because we all just really want to have it sometimes. So think about that. If you are willing to do it, post your why, post what your long-term goals are. And I really hope it's not just about losing weight. I want you to dig deeper on that. Okay, I want you to dig deeper, and I want you to tell us what you're really working on and why you're here. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.